leaders who broke away from OpenAI. They're generally more open to regulation, and they've made safety a key part of their business model and marketing strategy. You might remember the co-founder of Anthropic appeared alongside the Pope for a speech about AI regulation. So 3 other super PACs have since come into the race. Some have ties to Anthropic, and they've since spent $9.7 million supporting Boris. That's more than what's been spent against him. Boris was asked to address his support from AI and crypto companies at the recent debate hosted by WNYC in New York 1.
I know what actually happens inside these companies, and that's what terrifies them. I mean, if people think I've been too friendly to tech, someone should tell the executives at Palantir that are funding the super PAC against me.
It all underscores just how much this local congressional race has become a referendum on the issue of AI regulation.
Yeah, really interesting. Are the other candidates talking about AI as well?
Well, it's ironic. The 4 other major candidates all say they support stricter regulations of AI as well. That's Upper West Side Assembly member Michael Lasher, anti-Trump commentator George Conway, social media influencer Jack Schlossberg, and public health expert Nina Schwalbe. But by spending so much against Boris early in the race, these anti-regulation super PACs cast him as an AI safety champion. We'll see what the voters think on primary day. That's next week, Tuesday, June 23rd.
And early voting is happening right now, running through the 21st. WNYC's Walter Wuthman. You can read our voter guide at gothamist.com. And don't forget, next Tuesday, June 23rd, is primary day. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, David.
WNYC is supported by Art Yard in Frenchtown, New Jersey, presenting You, Me, and the Algorithmic Sea on July 23rd. This genre-defined work explores the increasingly complex relationship between artificial intelligence and human experience. Details at artyard.org.
Every day, WNYC is working to get closer to New York and to New Yorkers. The underwriting we get from businesses helps power our independence. Learn how your organization can join in at sponsorship.wnyc.org.
On the next Brian Lehrer Show, our annual health convening for most of the program takes on ultra-processed foods. What's the actual science about what makes a food ultra-processed, what health risks are actually associated with different kinds, and we'll have former FDA Commissioner David Kessler, who's proposing specific new ways to regulate them. The Brian Lehrer Show, weekdays at 10 a.m. on WNYC.
The Marketplace Morning Report is coming up next, and later on Morning Edition, the title of Senator Raphael Warnock's new book is based on a passage in the Hebrew Bible and the Gospels.
Every valley shall be exalted, every mountain and hill shall be made low, the crooked places shall be made straight, the rough places smooth.
It's called The Crooked Places Made Straight, Reflections on the Moral Meaning of America. He'll talk about it coming up next hour. 60 degrees now, heading up to 78 degrees this afternoon. Sunny skies all day today. We'll have a low of 65 tonight, and then tomorrow, partly sunny with a chance of showers. Once again, a high of 78.
How the health insurance industry is adapting to people dropping coverage.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by GEP, helping companies navigate global supply chain challenges through procurement and supply chain strategy services and its AI-native platform, GEP Quantum Intelligence.
From Marketplace in Washington, I'm Kimberly Adams. More than 1 million people dropped their Affordable Care Act coverage this year after Congress let those enhanced pandemic-era subsidies expire. That number is likely to rise significantly as the year goes on because many people who did sign up for a plan haven't been paying their premiums. And for the first time in years, the numbers of insurers offering ACA plans has dropped too. That's according to a new analysis from the health policy nonprofit KFF. Marketplace's Samantha Fields has more.
After Congress and President Joe Biden approved the enhanced subsidies in 2021, the number of people with ACA insurance more than doubled in just 4 years. At the same time,
there was a dramatic increase in the number of insurers looking to offer health insurance.
Vivian Ho at Rice University says that's because there was a lot of money to be made. But now with the enhanced subsidies gone, the opposite is happening. people are dropping out, and so are insurers.
One would expect in any market, if there's not as much profit to be made, there's going to be fewer suppliers of the service.
Your standard supply and demand. Cynthia Cox at KFF says the issue for companies like Aetna, which pulled out this year, and Cigna, which is leaving next year, isn't just the number of people dropping plans.
Insurers are also concerned that it's healthier people who are disproportionately dropping that coverage.
And sicker people are more expensive to insure. There are still plenty of companies offering marketplace plans.
Right now, I think most people are still going to have enough choice of insurers as long as we don't see a lot of further exits. But there might be more parts of the country that do only have one insurer or two insurers to choose from.
And Cox says less competition could mean higher premiums. I'm Samantha Fields for Marketplace.
Last week, we shared several stories from Alabama looking at how the One Big Beautiful Bill Act is affecting the state of rural health care. You can find those stories at marketplace.org. And with the U.S. and Iran set to sign that new peace deal, hundreds of vessels stuck in the Persian Gulf will be competing to get through the Strait of Hormuz. That's assuming this week's agreement holds up and it reopens on Friday. Some of those ships are carrying fertilizer, but the farmers who need it desperately will have to wait, as Marketplace's Nancy Marshall-Genzer reports.
Ships carrying fertilizer are low in the pecking order of the Persian Gulf. Vessels loaded with oil and liquefied natural gas are expected to go through the Strait of Hormuz first. According to tracking data from Bloomberg and the data and analytics company Kepler, there are more than 40 ships carrying fertilizer trying to get through the strait. A secretary in India's fertilizer ministry said yesterday that 16 of them are bound for India. Half of them are carrying urea. The others are loaded with things like ammonia and sulfur. Peak planting season in Southeast Asia runs through July. If the fertilizer doesn't start flowing freely soon, there could be shortfalls in food production later this year. Almost half of urea exports are from the Middle East, according to the American Farm Bureau Federation. I'm Nancy Marshall-Genzer for Marketplace.
Let's do the numbers. Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ futures are mostly flat in the 0 to 0.2% range, with the Dow future up 50 points.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Odoo.com, providing business management software with integrated programs for accounting, manufacturing, and operations. Odoo, all your business on one platform. And by Schwab. At Schwab, investors get choices ranging from self-directed investing to full-service wealth management all in one place. Learn more at Schwab.com.
We've come to the end of the school year, which means for a fair number of teenagers working a summer job, or at least trying to find one. Some started searching before school ended. Some are hitting the pavement now with summer fast upon us. And as Marketplace's Mitchell Hartman reports, those teens are facing a challenging job market.
Outplacement firm Challenger Gray & Christmas has crunched the numbers.
This is going to be the lowest year for summer teen hiring BLS has recorded in 80 years.
Senior VP Andy Challenger says companies' overall hiring plans have fallen 13% from last year, down 70% for seasonal entertainment and leisure jobs.
Amusement parks, beaches, ice cream shops, the types of places that typically have a big spike in demand and need extra help during the summer.
But now those places face soaring costs for fuel and other supplies and cash-strapped consumers trying to cut back on spending.
Okay, 1 medium pina colada with vanilla cream.
On a typical weekend, Tropical Snow KC in Kansas City, Missouri has several teens behind the counter.
I work the cashier, so just like taking orders, making the actual snow cones.
Kamaya Manessa is 18 and headed to college in the fall. She works around 6 hours a week and makes $15 an hour, so she started looking for a second job.
Trying to find it was pretty difficult, and then I just happened to come across a sign outside of a store that said, like, walk-in interviews happening now.
She got the job at a clothing store, but her hours are uneven. Killian McManigal also works at Tropical Snow, making about $60 a week plus tips. He wants to help his mom pay his college tuition in the fall, so
I've applied for like dishwashing jobs, hosts and servers in restaurants because they make pretty good money. I'd say like 5 different places. I haven't heard anything. I don't think jobs are really good with getting back to teens or people in general.
Same thing happened to 16-year-old Hannah Rodis in Silver Spring, Maryland, when she applied to work at a local farmer's market.
So that was kind of disheartening. Almost everyone I talk to, they're getting ghosted by fast food chains that have employees wanted signs actively looking for employees, but they're not responding to us.
Rodis will babysit and mow lawns, practice soccer, and do 2 unpaid internships this summer, making her part of a trend, says Andy Challenger. Less work, more other stuff.
It's not that teenagers are lazy, right? They have extra academic work, sports activities, volunteering opportunities to build their resumes for college.
Back in the 80s, nearly 60% of teens had summer jobs. Today, it's just 35%. I'm Mitchell Hartman for Marketplace.
And in Washington, I'm Kimberly Adams with the Marketplace Morning Report. From APM, American Public Media.
WNYC